ain't even gotta talk in public. And if I think somebody beat, then I'ma fall back. Don't be tagging me in statuses and all that. And if that nigga find out, you ain't even gotta kill, you gotta move, so you know that nigga gon' call back. Hey, it's a game. And if he at that clueless, then you do the same thing. Don't let a nigga play with your feelings and maintain. No, just cut that nigga off if you think that he playing games on the real, cause you know I ain't all that love shit. All that love shit. So don't let me be the one you fall in love with. I'm here. You know I ain't all that love shit. So don't let me be the one you fall in love with. And if you need someone to call when your nigga being childish playing games on the. And let me say this. Nothing that's going on between me and my mister. I just that is something to go laugh about that that didn't have anything to do with the drama that's going on between both sides. That's it, that's all. I just picked the topic and we're gonna talk about it. Please don't think nothing is going on between me and my husband because it's not. Okay? That being said. When you get let go now I ain't telling you to cut that nigga off or nothing. But please don't tell nobody that we talking that. Said we can keep it on the low. Ain't nobody gotta know. On the real, we ain't even gotta talk in public. And if I think somebody thinking I'ma fall back, don't be tagging me in statuses and all that. And if that nigga find out, you ain't even gotta trip, you gotta move, so you know that nigga gon' call back. Hey, it's a game. And if he at that clueless, then you do the same thing. Don't let a nigga play with your feelings and maintain. No, just cut that nigga off if you think that he playing games on the real, cause you know I ain't all that love shit. So don't let me be the one you fall in love with. I ain't tryna make you mine. I'm tryna be that nigga on the side. You know I ain't all that love shit. So don't let me be the one you fall in love with. And I ain't tryna make you mine. I'm tryna be that nigga on the side. Your side, nigga. It's alright. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga on the side. Said I can be inside, nigga. It's okay, cause that nigga playing games. The same thing, yeah, like the inside, nigga. It's alright. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga on the side. Said I can be inside. Alright, so that's gone. That's gone. I was starting for a little bed in my spirits because that's not what I'm going through in my life. I just played that song because I like it. And it has something to do with the topic I'm talking about. So y'all see the title. So my head hurts, but I'm okay. I hope your head ain't bad. Hope you feel better, bro. What I want to know is, and this is something I've been wanting to know for a long time. I didn't understand it. I've had, grandmas, aunties, everybody trying to tell me why, one is different from the other. But me, myself, me being who I am, I didn't understand it because I don't see no difference. And so I feel like this again, and let me say, nothing is going on between me and my husband. It's just a topic. Because they would take it and run with it and act like something going on in my house. That's not it. I just picked the topic and I ran with it. That's it. Me and my husband is fine. He loves me. I love him. Neither one of us is cheating. I just wanted to talk about something that ain't had nothing to do with the fucking drama. Anyway, hey, the People's Lounge. Hey, Tawana. Hey, Za. Okay, so what the question was, why women, go outside, their relationship merge or whatever it is, they boys bigging them up. But when a woman do it, we're being called out our name. We're being called the whore. So let's talk about it. Why? I don't get it because I feel like if you can do it to me, I can do it back to you. Period. What makes him different from her? I never got that. I never got it. I hope that they don't care about it. But you know what? You know what? The Americans, that's what I'm gonna call you. Nowadays, females don't being called don't matter, don't care about being called that either. Like dudes, I think dudes say and do that to try to throw a jab at us, try to make us feel some type of way, especially the person that I said, for example, all right, we got a couple who's been in a relationship for 5 years or so, and they both been faithful, and the man stepped out first, and so you know the female forgave him or whatever, but she stepped out as well. And let's say it won't plan. Let's say that it just happened. He's gonna go to all his friends and call her a hoe. Have him go. But why wasn't that man a hoe? Because he stepped out first. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? And I got my thing. Right, and King Bed, to be honest with you, bro, that's the same thing my husband said. He said it ain't worth it. He said it's diseases out here. He ain't trying to mess up nothing that he built for a long time. That's the same way we feel. But I know y'all know it's men out here that do that, that feel like that, and think it's cool to be having two, three ladies on the side and have them out here fighting amongst each other. For what? For what? Because if you got three, four ladies on the side, at this point, you're a community wink. You're not hers or hers. I should have played Cash Doll. That's what I should have played these niggas for everybody. But I won't thinking. I played something else I felt. But at this point, he's community wing. Hey, Miss Faith. Hey, hey. It's always been a double standard and probably always will. That's been the $1 million question for years. Right, and that's why I decided to talk about it, Miss Tanya. I decided to see what y'all had to say about it because I was just sitting there thinking about like I'm gonna go live. Nobody else is live. But what can I talk about? And I just thought of that. That's the first thing that came to my head because that's been a question of mine for years, ever since I was in high school. It's been a question of mine. So I decided to come up, and ask the fam what they had to say about it because, as I said, I don't get it. I don't get it. He's human just like she's human. So why is she a hoe and he can't be one? Because y'all men, y'all know y'all could be hoes too. It ain't just a female thing. And I'm not disrespecting none of the men in my chat. Y'all don't be offended because I'm not coming for y'all. It's just a question that I had. So I want y'all input. And if y'all want to come up here and talk about it, y'all can. If not, I'm fine. I'm cool. Because I've thought about what I want to say. But going through high school, we got these high school sweethearts and everything else. And the dude would get the dude would be tempted, and you can see it during high school. You got so many girls trying to throw themselves at these men, and you can see them trying to resist it, but eventually they give in to it. And that's another question I had. What makes men give into temptation so easily than women? Because us women, we know shit. If we taken, you can beep your horn, you can whistle, you can do all that shit, and we could turn our head. But a man can see a girl, not even as fine as his girl, but he can find her attractive, and it's gonna turn his head, and he gonna shout all that stupid shit, right? I grew up in the hood, and this is from my point of view, y'all. And I'm trying to figure out if you like what you got at home, why do it? I can speak for, man, I can only speak for myself. Right. I get it, King Bib. And because you're a man, you can just speak from a man's point of view. That's what I mean, bro. Adam, yeah, so it was the mayor. I get what you're saying. So you said Adam did, so it was from the beginning. Did Adam? I'm trying to remember that story. Did it come as a woman to him? Because it's been so long since I done read the Bible, y'all. But you may be right. You probably right. The man they want their cake and ice cream too. Men have been brought up. That's it. A man's well. See, but really, let me read it again. They want their cake and ice cream too. Men have been brought up. That's a man's world. But you see, it's not a man's world. It's actually not. Right. Right. And I'm not saying this. And you right. The man. And I'm gonna call you the man for a reason. I know why you know I'm calling you the man. But you're right. You're right. It's not a. And I don't want to sound like what's the word I'm looking for? Is it sexist? I think it is. I'm not saying like I'm that, but I feel like I don't think women run the world. But what I feel like is without us, you can't be fruitful and multiply. Without a man, we can't be fruitful and multiply. But we give birth. Okay, so can y'all get what I'm saying? We're the one that gives birth. We're the ones. It's like in Tupac's song. I think it's Dear Mama. The song I'm talking about is Dear Mama. I'm not saying woman is everything. I'm not saying that. Y'all don't get me wrong. I just feel like women should be held on a higher. We should be look. We should be respected a little bit more. I guess is what I'm saying because if I feel like this, if you can do it, I can do it. I shouldn't be called a whore without you being called a whore. Period. Point blank. Period. And right now, I'm looking forward. I might even. I'm looking at the chat early so often, but I'm looking. I'm at the backbone, and a man would have nothing without me. You better that part, Mister. It's a. And I'm not trying to say we own the world or we rule the world. I'm not trying to say none of that. All I'm just trying to say is why is it different for a man than a woman? And that's the question. And I know it's some men, it's mostly women in this community, but I know some men was going to drop down because it's some men, on this side. And I wanted to, get their opinion. And I also wanted to get our ladies' opinion because I don't know if every woman feel like me, but if you do it to me, I'm gonna do that shit back to you. I don't care what you call me because whatever you call me, you the same thing you call me. But if you break my heart, I'm gonna break yours. But it seems to me that when men do it, they feel like we should be okay with it. We should suck it up and we should forgive them. But when we do it, oh God, we done fucked their world up. We done broke them down. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's like when the women do it, Lord, the world is flipped upside down. They can't believe we done this. They do this, and the third for us, and all this blah 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 shit. When it's vice versa, it's the same, especially if you're in a relationship and it's 50-50. I feel like this. Don't do nothing to me. you don't want me to do to you. And I've always been that way. I've always been that way, and I'm still that way today. Still, being married for 23 years, do it if you want to. I'm still that way. Hey, Wormy. And still place up. I get, I get what you're saying. As a black woman, we are degraded in so many ways. Right, Zah. Man, don't appreciate women, and women don't appreciate men. Hell, women don't appreciate themselves. Well, TPL, the People's Lounge, because I said TPL because I call you TPL in the chat. The People's Lounge, I beg to differ. I think certain women, it's certain ones like that. A lot of us does. A lot of us do. You get what I'm saying? We do appreciate ourselves. A lot of us do. And and that's another thing. You can't let this lady, because she out here hoeing around and maybe selling her body, you can't let her reputation deflect on me, somebody who's in a home, faithful, and doing what I have to do as a woman. That's what I'm saying. So just like, and I'm gonna go here. I'm glad you said that at People's Lounge, because just like some men can give all men a bad name, the same way as women. Some women can give all women a bad name. Like you got the ones that get out here and show half their ass and all that. Me myself, I don't believe in that. I believe, you know, save it. You know what I'm saying? Save some for the imagination, as my grandma would say. Why show all your goodies, and then when you get in the bedroom, you can know what your goodies look like. So when you finally, get in the bedroom and do what you got to do for him, he won't be impressed because he just seen your goodies walking up and down the street every day. That's just me. That's what I believe in. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when I was younger and didn't know no better, like they say, with age comes wisdom. So we live and we learn. And it took me a minute to figure that shit out. But it's the truth. We live and we learn. Because I done wrote a little Daisy Dukes and not showing my ass cheeks and all like that, because I was never that type. I would feel naked. But I done showed some skin. But now you couldn't pay me to show my skin. And it ain't even because I'm married to my husband. It ain't because I have a man. It's because as my son got older, I wanted my son, how can I say this? I wanted my son to find a lady like his mom. I don't want him to go for somebody who's showing half their ass, because if she's showing half her ass to you, baby, she's showing her ass to everybody. And who knows? You get what I'm saying? So as my son got older, because my first child is my son. So as he got older, I changed. The way I dressed, I changed everything about myself. Everything. Just because I wanted my son to look at life different. And that's why I changed. But you got some moms out here that don't care. Shit. I mean, and that's just that. It is what the fuck it is. What's up, Jay? Joey, what Joey at? I don't see Joey. I see y'all speaking to her, but I don't see her. Oh no, that say Jay. Okay, my bad. It don't say Joey. It say Jay. I'm sorry. Cause uh, I seen the days I forgave every girl I was with for playing me. Okay, so the man, have you had a lot of females to play you? Have a lot of girls played you? Okay, yeah, yeah, King, but feel better, babe. Right, yeah, you would allow myself to be cheated on and continue talking to her. Right, Tanya, but see, back in the day, I get what you're saying, but I didn't allow myself to be cheated on. I was always like I am now. If you do it to me, I'm gonna do it to you. If you hit me, I'm gonna hit you. I was always, and I still feel that way to the day. You do it to me, I'm gonna do it to you. If you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you. And that's something that I need to change about myself because it's not right. Two wrongs don't make a right. So I know I need to change that about myself. But with that being said, they just look at us like we supposed to feel differently than men. They get glorified for having three, four, five girls. Like, okay, for example, the polygamy. Have y'all ever heard of a woman having four or five husbands, or is that just men? Because I don't know about it. But all I know about what I've heard about it is only a man that can have these three, four, five wives. It's not women that can have these three, four, five husbands. Am I wrong? That's just the way the world goes now. And if a man can have three, four, five wives, why can't we have three, four, five husbands? I mean, shouldn't it go both ways? It's just some shit I was sitting here thinking about, y'all. That's it. I was just sitting there thinking about it like, the fuck? That's brainwashes at that. Ooh, ooh. No new friends, no flip flopper. What do you mean that's brainwashing at its best? Who are you and what are you talking about? Brainwashing. Right, Tanya. Right. But you see, I agree with you. But you know what? They made it a religion. Men can have three, four, five wives. They made that shit into a whole religion. Like it's cool. It ain't cool to me. It ain't cool. Like, what the fuck? Like, why would I allow you to have four or five wives? But you ain't got one female out here that we know that got four or five husbands. Not one. And it says polygamy. I guess that's the name of the religion. I don't know too much about it. I just heard, with the word, who don't know about polygamy? It is what it is. You're right. You're right, King. Um, the man, you're right. We do play just like man. And you know something about it? That's why y'all so hurt. Well, not y'all, I'm sorry. That's why men are so hurt because when women do it, they call us sneaky. That ain't us being sneaky. It's not being called sneaky. I don't think it's sneaky. I think y'all need to get better at it. That's all. Because and on a real note, on a serious note, let me stop laughing. Because you see men out here hurting these women nowadays because they have cheated. But when you get the backstory of it all, I'm sure more than 99 times out of 100, that man had done it first. But that man couldn't take it when that female had done it to them. That one time, just that one time, that female man stepped out, and his whole soul gone, his whole world flipped upside down, like I said at first. So wouldn't you think that y'all will live and learn as well as women will live and learn? I mean, I feel like everybody will live and learn. Wouldn't you think y'all would stop it because men love to say we sneaky. What the fuck is that about? Why we got to be sneaky and y'all not because y'all get caught? I don't know. That's why I came on here with the subject. I don't understand. Hold up. I don't understand why men want multiple wives. Okay, okay, Jay. Let me see what King said. But women play just like men, females into right. I said that. I said that. The King. We are in it as well. But my question was, and I keep saying I'm not taking up for females, even though I am one. What I'm saying is, why are we being called a whore when y'all will be glorified? You know what I'm saying? Y'all boys gonna dap y'all up. And you know what? Let me take it back because you know what? Nowadays, the girls might dap their girlfriends up as well. You know, it's different nowadays. It's definitely different nowadays. The little man sometimes was good man get so much that it's there. And the man, you so right. You so right. And that's why in my title I was talking. I think I said in my title this is something I was talking to my son about, and I was telling him, you gonna miss the right one. It's because I'm not saying my son ain't never cheated on the girl. I don't know if he have ever done it or not, but I know, with the one person he have a baby by, she cheated on him. And from what I can see, he had done it to her. He could be lying to me, and he could have done something in his day, and I don't know. All I know is what he have told me. And so what I see is it's affecting him now. That like I tell him, I be like, son, you're gonna miss the right girl. Everybody not like her. You're gonna miss your somebody. Because I say there's somebody for everybody. I'm telling him you're gonna miss your somebody, son. Like if you like her, give her a chance. And if she fuck you around with your feelings, then dead that shit. But you can't like take your heart, like build a wall up around your heart, because you're never going to be happy. And you're never going to find that right one. What my kids be looking for is what me and my husband have, and I be trying to tell them you're not going to get that in 1, 2, 3 years, 6 months. You're not going to get something that we have made in 23 years within a couple of months or a couple of years. It takes time, and nothing is perfect. I don't get on here and tell what my husband been through, but ain't shit perfect. It takes time. And that's what I was trying to tell him. And I think when you come from a two-parent home, that's what the kids be thriving for. They be thriving for what their mama and their dad have. And I think where they get it messed up at is they're gonna find it within a little bit of time. Like it takes it takes time. A relationship takes time. That trust, you ain't getting that in 6 to 8 months. You ain't getting what I have in 2, 3 years. You can't take something you see that happen since you've been born into this world and go out here and try to find it. It ain't gonna happen. It's gonna take you. It's gonna take. How do I want to say it? It's gonna take you putting up with some shit. It's gonna take her putting up with some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take y'all communications. It's all that shit. And I was trying to tell him that, and hopefully he listened. But from what I'm looking at and from what I'm seeing, from me and him talking right now today, I feel like every girl gonna go through, what his BM have done to him. And I told him it won't right because every girl not like that. He gonna miss out on his somebody. You looking for what me and your dad got, you're gonna miss out on it. You're gonna miss out. So, open up your heart. And that's what I was trying to tell him. And that's what made me like, let me just go and see what the fam got to say about this shit because I had a long conversation with my baby about it. A relationship is a job. It takes an understanding of each other. Communication is mandatory. Right, Miss Sir? But being a hoe is cool nowadays to a lot of these females. Oh no, what? Hold up, the man. Being a hoe is not cool at all. That's just nasty. It's a sports to some man. Right, Zah? Being a hoe is nasty. First of all, it's trifling and it's nasty. You fuck around and get something you can't get rid of, and that cuts your happily ever after off. Period. Now, is it me? I feel like in life, period, everybody looking for that happily ever after. That's what I feel like. And if I'm wrong, y'all say no, Bonnie, you're wrong. But I feel like everybody looking for that happily ever after in life. Everybody. No one is exempt, but it's same. Whether it's man on man, women on women, however it may go. Everybody looking for that, right? So if you get out here and you be a hoe and you catch some shit you can't get rid of, your happily ever after is dead. It's gone. In my opinion. That's just how I feel. Drop the link. Okay. I'm gonna drop it. Give me a minute. Alright. Have a clipboard. It's been copied. Who ignoring you, Mr. Am I ignoring you? Hold on, let me go back and look at Mr. I gotta go back up and look at. Open your damn panel on it. Oh, okay. Okay, so when the man come up, we need the link. I'm gonna mute it because I use bathroom now, so I'm gonna mute me. And shit, I gotta wait for him to come up. Shit, let me wait for him to come up because I use bathroom now. And I'm out. Of course, I'm outside. This time now, y'all know I'm outside. Oh, that's Miss Tad. Ooh, it better be Miss.
Dang. You are impossible to get a hold of to get on this panel.
I'm sorry, I was looking up.
You
And I
just
looked
skipped over
down.
it. Every time I said drop the link, you skipped over it. Drop the link, skipped over it. It's like, dang.
I'm sorry.
This is a good subject because you know what? There's never a right or a wrong answer to it
Mhm.
because nobody can ever figure it out. Nobody
Right.
can. It's up to the individual themselves. If they're comfortable within themselves and understand what love is,
Mhm.
then you wouldn't have to worry about somebody going out and playing. They don't understand what the word love is. Love doesn't just consist of sex.
Right.
Love consists of the whole thing. You're accepting the person as they are. You two work together to understand each other. It's not
Mhm.
just sex, it's not just a sexual thing. But the
Right.
way that men are raised is that the more women you have, the more of a man that you are. It's just the way the man has been raised. I mean, you go to Mexico and men look at women as beneath them. Women are not equal to men. And it's like that in a lot of different countries. Women are beneath the men. And so there's no respect. And you got to have that respect. You got to have that understanding. And you got to understand that a relationship doesn't just consist of sex. But
Right.
that's what the one of the main reasons that things don't work out with the couple
Mhm.
because they
I agree.
base it mainly on that, and it's more than that that makes everything work right. If you don't communicate, you're going to miss out
Right.
because
Right.
you're
And
not
I
going to
say that
know who
too.
you're with.
Right.
You're not going to
But
know who you're with.
nowadays, nowadays they looking at it like you say it's more than sex. But nowadays, that's what these, not I'm not even gonna say kids. It's everybody. That's what they like. They learn about sex. Sex plays a big part, and it shouldn't, like you said, it shouldn't. but it does.
Yeah,
It
because
does, and it's
look
so
at the
talked
children
about.
now. Look at social media. Social
Right.
media has opened up the door of people growing, the youngsters growing up
Mhm.
too fast. You
Mhm.
know, come on, you're taking these selfies, you're taking these pictures of yourself to send around to other people.
Yep.
That's to get an approval. That's to get an approval. They're doing it all wrong. If you respect yourself, you're going to find somebody that respects you. If you're fast with yourself, you're going to find somebody to look at a hit and run.
Right.
So
Right.
you set yourself up for the failure. And once you set yourself up for that failure, that's the only way you know you can get over. Is to sell yourself short. So where you end up being, you're just a slab of meat that's being passed around on a platter. That's all you are. That's what you put yourself as. But if you respect yourself and find somebody that appreciates a woman that respects herself, there's men out there that's looking for that. There are men out there that's actually looking for a woman that respects herself, and a man will respect that more. You have to give them the battle. You know, you're not going to open up this gift until you do it right. You know, and that earns the respect. But you don't see that no more. See, I'm from old school, you know, and that's how you did it. You let that man keep on chasing you and chasing you and chasing you because you're worth it. You're worth it. But if you give it up so easy, he's going to be like, "Psh, that's another one in that black book to mark off. You know, it only took me a day and a half."
You're right. You're right. And you know, if these kids would notice now, like if you make a woman like what was it? What movie was it, y'all? But it was like a 90-day rule. I can't think of the movie, but it should. I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm not. I'm saying.
Yeah, that
Me
was
myself
the
think it should
Steve
be more
Harvey
than 90
movie.
days. Yeah,
Treat
but
a treat a man like a woman, or
right.
think
Some
like a
shit.
woman,
No,
or
think like a
something like
man or
that.
some shit like that.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
was. But they did a 90-day rule, and if you
Hmm.
and I for me myself feel like it should be more than 90 days, but I think that was just to throw it out there at the public. But I feel like, and I get you, Mister. Females should make a man wait because you know what? At the end of the day, at the end of the relationship, he would just respect you more if you make
Ex-
him wait and not give it up on the first or
exact,
second day. And I and
exactly.
and I tell my
That's the
children
whole
that
thing.
I tell my especially my older daughter that my youngest girls are too young for me to say anything about it. I only have one grown daughter, and I talk to her about that all the time. And I always tell her like, it ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. That's why you wait. You get what I'm saying? Even if it's for 6 months, you just wait.
Yeah,
If you ain't feeling that shit, if something he did that make you not feel him, don't give it to him.
it's
Don't
called getting
don't
to know each other. It's called getting
right.
to know each other, to know the person before you know the person. It's something what you call a casual conversation that can turn into something deeper, you know,
Well, the
and
old people call it
it
courting,
doesn't.
right?
Yes, yes. And it doesn't work like that no more. Now it's like,
It
oh,
doesn't.
well, I text you and I on Facebook and stuff like that. So we kind of know each other. So, you know, what's the next step? You know what I mean? That's how
Yep,
fast they moving now,
you're
you
right.
know? So, and that's sad because all they're doing is selling themselves short. This is why there's so many men out here that just don't give a damn about a woman. Why? Because a woman is the first one that's going to flash her titties on Facebook and catch his eye. Now, you think a man's going to
Right.
respect a female? You think
No.
he's going to respect her? No, he already knows she's going to be an easy hit and run. Hit
Hmm.
it once and you're out. You know, and
That's all
no,
he
it
wants.
don't work like that. It don't work like that. So of course, men are going to look at women as fast.
Yep.
There comes the whore. Here comes
Oh
the
baby.
slut. all this other kind of stuff because we label ourselves as that by being easy. But a man fits the same shoes. A man fits the same shoes because he could find a woman that's respectful to herself, and he don't have the patience for it. So what does he do? He goes to the next easy step. So that's
I'm
why I
sorry,
said
you're
it
right, Miss
takes
Claire. It was a train coming, so I had to mute it. But you're right. You're right.
it takes two people. It takes
Yep.
two people that are looking for the same common thing, and that's respect for each other, understanding and respect.
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna let King talk because now we get a man's point of view.
Right.
I'll
Okay.
mute. Okay.
My bad. I'm fixed too. I'm trying to fix my headphones right now.
Well, okay.
But you're
But
right, Miss Claire. You're right. You're right. And if these even if these females or just us as women would know our worth,
yeah.
it seems like nowadays the females don't know their worth, especially as the young females, like you said, they get on here, they flash their boobs, or they get on the
Mhm.
internet and they flash they put on thongs and shake their ass. Like for
Mhm.
example, Boosie got on YouTube with the whole pandemic and was telling them to show this and show that, and I was so shocked about how many women got up there and flashed their titties and flashed their
Mhm.
cooch and flashed their
Mhm.
ass. I'm just sitting here with my mouth wide open, like, what in the whole, what the fuck, where they do that at? Just to do
Because the
what? Get
respect
on
is
Boosie
gone.
Live?
The
And
All
then it
respect
right,
is
come to
all
find
right.
gone.
out, he get on there, he said, well, I'm gonna send y'all $1,000. Then he went to 500, then he went to 100. And it come to find out the young lady that showed her cooch only got $25. It ain't even about that. It's about, why would you do that? Ain't no amount of money worth me flashing my cooch, my ass, or
It's
my
the
titties to
norm.
nobody.
It's of the
And that's why
norm
I was
now,
so
though.
pissed off about when they were saying the little shit about me like that. That's why I was so adamant about nobody had news to me. Don't put that shit on my name because I don't do that. Don't do that shit to me. That's why I was so pissed off. I know everybody was tired of hearing about it, but I won't go stop until a motherfucker told the truth. No, the
I
fuck
feel
you
you.
don't. I don't do that. That's bullshit. That's why I was
That's
so
right.
pissed about it. I
That
got more
and I
respect for
don't
myself
blame
than to
you.
send anybody anything. I don't even send my husband that because who knows? He can lose his phone and the motherfucker get in his phone and see me plastered everywhere.
I
No,
feel you.
he can see it when he
Real
get back
talk
home.
I feel
on
you.
Shit.
me.
But this is the way that it is on social media. You
Hmm.
see the ideal of the whole social media thing. It's easy to
Right.
get somebody to show their body on social media. Why? Because they don't think anybody's gonna know. But that's a wrong move because everybody will know because it's a social media platform to where
But I
you
feel.
show what you've seen. You
Hmm.
talk about what you see. It's
Hmm.
social. So what's it gonna do? One chick is gonna be like, "Oh man, I'll never do that," but the guy sits there, "Oh come on, man, nobody's gonna know. I promise you. I'm going to keep it between us." And the next thing you know, within the next week, everybody has that picture.
Everybody, you right about that. Your boobs all over
Everybody.
the internet. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And see,
All
and
right,
that's what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying.
mute. I'm gonna mute so Kane can get his in.
Hold on. I feel like people who's my age, which I'm 38, I feel like they should know better because if your mom didn't teach you or your grandma or whoever didn't teach you, like I say, I think life is a lesson, period. So you should have learned in life, period. So when you my age, there's no excuse. So with that being said, go ahead. The mayor, I'm gonna mute. Go ahead, do you?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Nah, I was just gonna say, you know what I'm saying, just to keep it a buck about the whole situation, it's like what Terry said, you know what I'm saying? Like if females get to a point to where you're not just supposed to give it up to somebody, you need to do this and do that, meet my peoples, you know what I'm saying? We need to date for a minute, the whole 9 yards. You wouldn't have to worry about some dude just banging everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't have nobody to bang. But when you're dealing with nowadays, it's like you can go on social media, look at people's pages, you can know people before you actually have sex with them. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm not saying people as dudes are right for it. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get rid of that problem, don't provide the animal the food to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like Terry said, at the end of the day, people like that prey on females that don't care about themselves. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's the easy target because they're gonna give it up. You know, so I feel like at the end of the day, those dudes that's high fiving, that's good because they let you know who they are. So now you know not to mess with them because sometimes in the neighborhood, you will have a dude that had sex with this girl, that girl, that girl. So how can you tell me that girl and that girl didn't know he had sex with that girl? And how
Right.
do that girl not know he ain't even taking care of the kids he got over here? But you still give
Right.
it up to him because he look good, he smell good, he got money. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Right.
evaluate what's going on. Like if you say we don't like this, dudes is gonna change. Like I said, females got power that they don't understand. If a female say I ain't doing this or doing that, dudes will stop doing it. Dudes do what they do because females is okay with what they do and how they look. You know what I'm saying? The females say I don't like tight jeans. I don't want to talk to no dudes with tight jeans. Dudes will stop wearing tight jeans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we do what we do for the approval of women. You know,
Ooh,
so it's
you
like
better talk.
You
right.
right.
So it's like at the end of the
You
day,
right.
women got way more power than what they say they got. If they just tap into that power they got, man, you can make that dude move any way you want to. Because, like I said, they say it's a man's world, but men pillow talk with females and they give them a lot of ideas to do the next day.
Mhm.
I've been there
Mhm.
myself. I can't sit up here and say
Mhm.
I ain't. I didn't say down the pillow talk that we came up with decisions that you saw me act on, but we talked about it. And she really gave
Yes,
me the
Lord.
decision. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the
Mhm.
day, it's I feel like it's a team. Like I said, it's a team. Everybody got to do their part. And when you got people trying to play 4 or 5 different positions and things don't go right,
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
what's
Okay, so
that?
if you meet a girl and you like her, right? Y'all
Right,
feeling each other.
right,
I'm gonna say two different girls. You got not say at the same time, but you meet one girl that make you wait for it. You get what I'm saying? And then you meet another girl that will give you the one night stand. Of course, as a man, I know you will. Well, not you, but a man would do it anyway. Which one would you have the more respect for? And that's only what that's all I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, the one that waited. And to
The
be
one that
real with
made
you,
you
that's the one that I would talk to. Is the one that
right,
waited. You know, that was me growing up. I didn't want to be with the hoe.
right.
I didn't want to have sex with the hoe because I knew about diseases growing up. So I'm like, bro, I don't want to be walking around here with something I can't get rid of. So if
You
I
don't
know
want
you
to be
banging
pushing razor
everybody,
blades.
right, right. So I know
Well,
if I know you
see,
bang,
you also got to
good,
Right,
look at it like this. If you got a fast girl, and but then you have another girl that's respectful. See, the guy already knows that if this girl is fast, she been around. It ain't
right,
gonna just be him. It's gonna be him and everybody else is lined up. But the
right,
right,
woman that's respectful, he's gonna look at her and say, "Well, damn, I like this." Why? Because she's showing herself as being a woman that's very respectful of herself. So he
hmm
understands that this is somebody that he knows that he can be true to and open up more to through
exactly.
a conversation before they even get close to even seeing the body.
That's right,
right,
You get to know the person, not the body, but the person. That's
right,
the number one rule to understand who you're with. If you don't take out that time and it's just the body, then it's over. It's over. It's a hit and run. And that's what
right,
I've
exactly.
always called them was hit and runs. You hit
Yep.
it once and you're on,
right.
so
But see,
you gotta have
you also got to add in the fact that you said that dudes high five because they how many dudes they slept. I mean, how many females they slept with. But if you look at nowadays, females applaud whole activity. Like the prostitutes sitting back, they cool. Yeah, man, I had sex with this rapper, that rapper. It's cool now.
Right.
They high five and
hmm
then yeah, we did all them. So I feel like nowadays it's more equal than what it was back then. Because
But
nowadays you got some hella ratchet females out there
you
that will
Oh
tell
yeah.
you that they had sex
you
with
right. You
15
right,
million dudes
man.
Yeah.
and don't
And,
care.
and that's the whole reason why I did this live because nowadays it is different. It is like females is not caring no more, and I feel like damn somebody need to wake them up. Like stop doing that shit. Like stop giving yourself to any and everybody. Stop. trying to sleep with this person because you think you'll get some money from them. You get what I'm saying? Stop doing that shit. It
Right.
aggravates me to see that shit.
They see
When
dollar
as
signs.
a
If they
woman, it
see they're
aggravates me.
groupies, they're
Right.
they're labeled as groupies.
They
They're
are.
hood
Mm-hmm.
rats. They're labeled
Mm-hmm.
as that for a simple reason. They're chasing the fame. They're not chasing the man. They're chasing that fame and saying, hey, look at me. They're taking selfies and everything. Look at who I was with, girl. Check this, check that. Yeah, well, who else was there? You wasn't the only female there that was getting all clicked up on and everything else,
Right,
because they don't roll like that. They don't
right.
roll like that. Everybody knows that much. If you got a group of 5 girls and y'all there's being a groupie, all 5 of you is going to be hitting that same damn night. It ain't just going to be you. Women have come to the point to where it's an end thing. It's an end thing to get in there and try to be. They're competing with men. They're taking the man's role now,
Mhm.
going out there and seeing how many they can get with and talk about it and brag about it. Just like men used to sit around and say, oh, yeah, yeah, I've had this one, all of them going through their black books. Yeah, I've been with that one. Yeah, yeah. It's the roles are reversing. Respect has gone out the door.
It has.
It's gone out the door. There's no such thing as respect no more. Look at social media. Social media alone tells you there is no respect no more.
But let me ask
Nothing
you a
You
is
right.
question
sacred
though.
anymore.
Do
You right.
females respect other females? Because
No,
females been going on going in on females for a long time.
no, no,
He-
no, not at all. A female is
he-
harder on another female than anything else.
and that's
It's a
sad. And you know why?
competition.
A lot of times it's because they going for the same man, which goes back to Miss Terry saying
It's
a
a
lack of respect
competition.
for themselves. Like
It's
it's
a
a
competition.
competition. For what? If he's taken, then let him the fuck go. He ain't
Right.
he ain't meant for you.
I hate to brag on myself, but look, I'm 64 years old. I've been
Mhm.
with 5 men in my lifetime. 5 men in
Wow.
my lifetime. Okay.
Yeah,
I
Miss
brag
Terry.
on myself on that. I brag on myself about that. I had 3 sons. 2 is from the same father, 1 is from a different father.
Mhm.
But it's only because I seen how fast women were. I seen it in my own household and stuff. And I was like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to hurt nobody like that.
Right.
That's a hard pain to the heart when you love somebody and they cheat on you.
Yeah.
Women take things by the heart.
Mhm.
We're very sentimental.
Very.
And when we get hurt, we get hurt. The last thing I want to see is me hurting a man in that manner. Now, if a man goes out and cheats on me, bye, bye. You don't know what you just gave up on, but
That's
bye.
right.
Because I'm not going to waste my time chasing after him if he don't understand and respect the fact that this woman here respected him in all manners.
That's right. That's
Now
right,
let me
Miss.
ask
So
you let me ask you a question because this goes all the way back almost biblically to way back in the days. I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think any of the dudes in the Bible from back in the day was hoes? Because a lot of them had more than one wife. So what
they
I'm
had
saying is,
multiple wives.
right,
Yeah.
this goes back to all the way back then. But the
Yeah.
difference is with them having multiple wives, they was able to take care of them. It wasn't just I'm having sex with y'all. Like y'all
Right.
staying under the
But
house, we paying bills,
hold,
you know what I'm saying? But this goes
hold,
back
hold, hold,
biblically.
hold up the man. Let me stop you right there.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I was saying. Hold on, let me stop you because that's what I was saying from when I first started. I get what you're saying. Okay, men, because they can take care of the wives, don't mean they're able. They should be able to have multiple wives. I don't agree with that because, like I said, a woman. I mean, nowadays we can you know, I'm pretty sure a woman can have like 4 or 5 husbands and do her thing. It's
But see, that'll get messy with 4 or 5 husbands. And I'm gonna tell you how that'll get messy. Because when dudes have sex with females, you share your spirituality and everything. You got
Thank
demons in
you.
you,
uh
and you have sex with her, you
Thank you.
leaving demons in her. So what I'm saying
That's
is,
okay,
if
right.
this female having sex with four or
okay,
five different dudes, you don't know
okay.
what spirits they leaving in you. Is what I'm
That
saying.
goes both ways. That goes both ways,
It does
gang. That
go
goes
both
both
ways.
ways.
It
It
does,
do.
It goes
and that's what
both
I.
It
ways.
do. It do.
Sure
It
does.
But
do.
you know what? Okay, going back to biblical days, there was respect. There was total respect.
And that's the
You
difference.
never heard, yeah, there was total respect.
Hmm.
Now, things have changed so much that it's of the norm
All
to
right. Well, hold
sleep
on.
around.
Let's keep it 5,000 though. Even from back then, respect changed to the point where females respected men a whole lot more than what they did in the new century. When you
Of
had
Right.
Oprah
course.
sitting on the stage talking about you don't need a man and men ain't shit and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you had a big
But
downgrade
hold
going
on,
on with
hold
that.
on, Mayor. Hold on, Mayor. Is a female like responding? Not even responding, but is she saying that because she heard man be the way they were for so long, so she get up here and do and say what she got to say? You get what I'm saying? Y'all
Right, I get
understand
That's
what?
what you're
why I
saying.
say it's
I get
role
what you're saying.
reversal.
But I
That's
mean, then
why
I
I
feel
said
like
it's role reversal.
right. But then I feel
It,
like at
it
the end of the day, what about the females that got good men and they wasn't trying to beat their man down and this and that and things went right because it was a team effort going on. It wasn't I want
Right.
to run you or you want to run me or this and that. It was a team effort. So if
that's
that
right.
can
And
happen,
listen, y'all
you
get
know,
y'all give me a moment. Give me a minute for a second. Listen, y'all, because I know they're gonna hear this live and they're gonna say, "Well, she sent this, that, and the third messages or whatever." I did. I sure did, and that was me being a whole fucking asshole. I shouldn't have done it. I didn't send no news. I sent messages. That's it. And I should have never done it because I have a good man in the house, a great man. And did we deal with it? Yes. Are we over it? Yes. It was 2 years ago. And I'm just saying this because I know they're gonna hear this live, and they go. Only thing they will take out this live is, well, this, that, and the third happened with her a couple of years ago. Well, guess what? It's done. It's over with.
This falls
You
in
know,
the label
it's
of
done.
temptation. That
Nobody
falls
got
in the
her
label of
husband.
temptation. Look, but see, you're taking full responsibility for what you did. The number one thing is what you did was you did wordings. Wordings. You put
Right.
things down in words. You didn't
Yes.
go all the way. You did
No.
not do
I
what
wasn't
a
gonna.
lot of other people would do. So it's wordings. And if you and your husband can work it out, then everybody else needs to stay out of it because it's strictly between you two, anyways. So what
And we did.
anybody else got to
real
say
talk.
is none of their business. It's between you and your husband. Now, everybody else can run with their narrative of it. They could do that. They're not in your guys' household. That
Right.
was strictly
But see,
between you and your husband. For
but
them
let
to
me say,
bring it
here's the
out to
twist.
social media is somebody saying, like I said, you give them that picture and they say, "Oh, I promise you, baby, ain't nobody else going to see it." But the next week you see everybody else has it. This is what I mean about social media.
Right.
Nothing is sacred.
Right.
Nothing. Respect is out the door. And
Yep.
until people start learning respect again, it's going to get worse. It's going to get
Hey,
worse.
fam. Hey, King James. I'm sorry, y'all.
What up, Ben? What up, King James?
Hey, y'all. I can't see the chat, so hi.
Wait, hold on. King James say he on. Oh shit. I'm
Well,
sorry,
he
King
been trying to
James.
come up.
Is he up? No.
Now he
Hold
went
up,
back
y'all.
down.
Okay, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
There you go. I'm sorry, King James. My
Bonnie, you
bad.
ain't, boy, I swear to God, man, your dog is, God damn.
I told you I was watching the chat. I look up. I'm
See,
sorry.
I
I think
told you,
I
Bonnie. I
think her
told
panel
you.
is the trap. She got
Man,
a trap door in the back. You cannot get in to save your life. It's just a slot for your money. Get your money and get your shit and gone. Nobody get me. Shit. What's good, Kane? What's up, everybody?
What up
Miss
with you,
Bonnie?
Mo?
Hey.
Man, I'm knocking on the door. I look through the peephole. Bonnie kicked back with a earpiece on and and just talking. I ain't looking at her screen. I'm like, look, man,
Sorry.
Drinking on some tea.
I ain't lying. Man, say,
She got her reading
Sorry.
glasses on and everything.
all barking, everything. You hear me?
Got her feet
Uh,
kicked up.
I mean, dog, boy, bro, say,
Oh,
don't ask to get
Jesus.
on the panel, man. Just walk up to the door, man. Shit.
Look, I said something about it earlier, then Terry said something, and then she finally let us come up. I
Boy,
was
I'm
gonna let it
telling you,
go
boy,
though.
it's boy, security tight, man. Security
Oh,
tight, boy. It's tight. I ain't mad at her.
VIP or
But shit
something,
going,
man.
there's too much shit going
God.
on. I'm listening in, man. I'm enjoying this conversation, man. This is what's up. This is what's needed, man. Yeah, getting down to the bottom of why niggas and women act the way they do, man. And why, but why I do want to add one thing though. Y'all gotta understand. I mean, we are men, and yeah, in ways we are designed to lead. I don't care if it's in life, I don't care if it's in a relationship or what, but we are designed to lead. But think about this, y'all. When we when we are born as men, right? We are born. Everything we learn, everything we gather as far as the way we want to be as men and what we learn from you guys. Understand this. We learn from the woman before. I mean that's for those who didn't have a father in their life, but then the father takes over. And then you in a way you get better men. But think about this. You know what I'm saying? When you raised by a single mother, which is damn near the percentage is very high. I mean, I ain't gonna even put on a number on it, but the percentage is so high of single women raising men. You know what I'm saying? Young men. Because understand this, man. And I'm not trying to rap a pox to the belly, man. We came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
So if the women would take the time and understand when they have children and what's the needed in that child's life as far as a man is needed. Let me tell you why. Because a single mother is gonna be that, a single mother. So when
That's
you
right.
see her dating different men and not really settling down, and I can understand for a woman who don't want any man just around her children, but when you see it as a child, you think that that's the way to go.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So
On
it
me.
ain't so much as far as how we turn out. It's where the foundation is laid. What was the foundation like? You know what I'm
Right. And if you think about what he's saying, like our generation, we really didn't have a lot of daddies there. But if you take it back, those generations, they had mamas and daddies.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? So the kid was able to see how a stable household is conducted.
Man, say that shit, Kane. That's what I'm talking about.
So now you got a bunch of people that grew up with just mamas,
Right.
Right.
right? And mamas ain't gonna just stay single
Nope.
forever.
Well, we
They gonna
can't.
date
Well,
around.
mothers
They
can't
gonna
raise.
they gonna man say man.
Now I gotta say
And
this. I gotta say this. My two sons, that's from the same dad. My oldest son, he was already gone and with his wife and stuff. And my other two sons, when their father got locked up in prison, it was just me and my boys. And to this day, they could tell you they never, ever had seen me bring men into our house. I never did. I didn't even date for the longest after that happened because I had the responsibility of raising my sons, of taking care of them, of paying the bills and everything else. So a man was the last thing on my mind.
So you
My
busy.
main
That's
thing
all.
was to raise my sons to respect the female. And the only way for them to respect it is to see their mother being respected
Hmm.
and not bringing
Right.
men in. If I partied at home by myself.
You know
Okay.
why,
Hmm.
Miss Terry? Because you are a baby boomer, and that's to no disrespect because y'all were born with more morals and respect for
Yes.
yourself.
King James, let me ask you this: what is a baby boomer?
It's an era where like the late '60s,
I think it's the
50.
Reagan era.
yeah, like the hippie era,
Hmm.
or like the '70s when it's like an
I was
era.
born in the 50s.
See,
I was
some
born in the
talking
50s,
about, see
okay?
what I'm talking about? She's a baby, but so therefore
Okay.
she saw a struggle we ain't never seen before. And then she
Right.
had enough morals about herself to know that this she's not gonna turn her kids, even make her
Hmm.
kids turn out any other way but straight. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
to be
Right.
honest, I seen my mom and my dad. They were married for 21 years.
see what I'm
My
saying?
Yeah.
mom,
You
my
Yeah. See,
mom
she
got,
has some.
but see,
Right.
my
Yeah.
mom was 15 when she married my dad. My mom was 15, my dad was 21. My
Hmm.
mother had 8 kids before she hit 30. Eight,
Mm.
okay, before she hit 30 years old. She never had a childhood because
Right.
she married my dad so young.
she had to grow up
So
fast. And
what
she
Real
happened was
fast.
after she had her last child, they both went out there and played. They
mm,
both went out there and played. Okay, so I see my mom and dad growing up as being a family, but then once my mom had her last child, I seen them growing apart. Then I
Right.
mm,
seen them both being in different relationships. I see my
mm,
mom be with man after man after man after man. I see my dad being with woman after woman after woman after woman. And I seen the turmoil that it did to the kids, which
Hmm.
was us.
which makes you
That was
say,
hurtful,
it, it,
which made us
Right.
confused.
when
And
were
we
y'all
didn't know
happiest,
which way to go.
right?
So what it did,
Yeah,
yeah, it built a big divider into the
yeah,
family.
yep,
So
yep.
I was
Right.
like, I'll never do that. I will
Mm,
never do that.
Hmm.
mm,
Although
Hmm.
Right.
I never married, but my two sons' dad, me and him were together for 17 years. 17 years and never
So
got
see,
married. And even after he got locked up, I wasn't it with nobody. I had to handle my business.
Yeah.
So I
right.
just knew that for the boys, since there wasn't no father there, for the boys to understand, to
Hmm.
respect a female, you have to see a respectful female.
right,
Exactly.
right.
I
Right.
didn't want
Exactly.
So
them to
they're
grow
saying
up
that,
and see what I saw.
So with the day and age,
right?
Miss Terry, with the day and age right now, are we seeing enough respect for women?
Man, let me tell you, I, I,
I,
I
I
f-
feel like this day and age, do females have enough respect for themselves?
Yeah. Or is this going to continue? Our young men watching mothers, you know, the way they are today, twerking on TV. Not all women. I'm not.
Yes.
Don't put me on a Tommy
Not all.
pedestal.
Not
But
all.
I'm just saying, from what we see, from what we see today, even on just in this little circle right here, do we have enough respectable women to not be worried about the youth of our men? You know what I'm saying?
mm. Well, you got to
Okay.
look at it like this too,
Oh
though.
shit.
Look at
Oh,
you got so many different drugs now that are taking control of a lot of people. They didn't have that back in my days. We didn't have all of these man-made drugs that they got out here now that is
Mm,
taking over the minds of people and making them do things that you normally wouldn't do if you wasn't on them. So everything has changed. It's changed
Well,
from when I grew up to now. And it's
that's why
gonna
I said
and the
you have.
but
youngsters of
Yeah.
today are gonna say the same thing as they
Right.
get older.
Right.
but see, to be real with you, when we was growing up, you know what I'm saying, we had crack that came through, and hit like, I mean,
Right.
that was one drug, you know what I'm saying? But that one drug was so devastating. It was to the point of what these drugs is to these young people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll sell
So
your
you got a
body
lot
for
of
these
errors with the
drugs.
drugs.
You'll sell these bodies for your
Right.
drugs.
Crack did the
So,
worst
so
I
what are you
of
doing is
us
you're
as black
demeaning them,
people. Period.
demeaning. There's no respect no more because the drugs overrule.
That's right.
It forces somebody to go out, a man or a woman. A man or a woman goes out there and does things that they normally wouldn't do if they wasn't on the drugs. That
Mm-hmm.
goes for both sexes,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
So what
So
that
That's a
means
fact.
is at the end of the day, to stop the dudes not really respecting the females that's there with these men, to start setting a better example in the future, so that your kids will understand that you need to respect females. If they see it happening with you, they'll grow up and be that
that's it.
way.
That's it. It all depends on what your environment, your whole environment. You know,
Yeah.
That too. So
the,
you got to be
I
a
was blessed,
parent too.
man. I was real blessed because, you know, my mom wasn't the best mom growing up. You know what I'm saying? She doing her
we all
stuff.
have our faults.
You know what I'm saying? My dad wasn't the
Right.
best dad growing up, but I had somebody to come in my life, man. My uncle came in, he was a military man. So he came in at the right time, man, and just kind of molded me like into made me pretty much the man I am today, man. I'm because of him, I learned uh, the harsh reality that as long as you got somebody to show you, whether it's a woman or whether it's a single mom or a single man raising you and give a damn, it'll make a difference, man. It'll make a difference if you out doing the right thing and you got a kid in the house, man. It's gonna show. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I was blessed enough to have somebody step up and come in and mold me. You know what I'm saying? But
And I think every man, every well, I'm not going to say every man needs that, but that's good because. But I'm gonna go back to what Miss Turb was saying. Her not bringing, I say for example, she did find someone else. Her not bringing them around her kids. Her keeping her private life, where her that life away from you know the life with her and her kids. That makes a big difference because I have a best friend who's raising two boys on her own. And what she won't do is she won't, and she dates. I'm not gonna lie, she dates, but she won't bring the man that she dates around her kids. She just won't do it.
would she date Austin?
And to me,
If
that
she
said a
dating
lot about
Austin, I
her.
can understand that. If she's like, like have a choice of which guy she wants to go out with at a particular time, I can
Right,
dig that. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
right.
I mean, I understand if she had been dating him 5 years. It's about time he met your kid. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
when you randomly just having enjoying your life and dating, no, you don't bring.
Right.
No,
You keep them
no,
away from your kids.
yeah,
Right.
man,
You don't bring any and every if it ain't that
no,
father,
man,
you don't bring any and everybody.
no.
And see, and I'm kind of wishing these younger girls somebody would teach them that.
When you when I bring you to
I
my
can't teach them if
kids,
I don't know it. Miss Turner can't teach them if she don't
yeah,
know it. I kind of
yeah,
wish that somebody would reach out to them and tell them like, if you're gonna be with this man, like be with him. Don't bring him around your kids until you're sure that's
no,
who you want to be with.
right, man. Do your research,
Give it
man.
some
And your
years. Don't
research
just
is
bring
getting to know
any and
this man.
everybody around your kids.
Um, See how he is around his family. You know what I'm saying? You got
Right,
to, you
right.
know. Oh wow, man! Come on, man.
And
When
that's
I
gonna
get
take some years.
yes, and when it get to my kids, it's
Right.
personal now. So
That's right. That's right.
anything after that, it need to be uphill. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I would
So
But
never.
see, that's like I was saying earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like if females would take more time before you give somebody something, you know what I'm saying? This dude ain't gonna have no time to be high fiving and saying that I hit that too. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times these females be knowing that dudes be like that and they'll still let them hit.
Oh, Miss Turner.
You probably thinking some of them be thinking that maybe if I let him hit, then he'll change. He'll be
Let me
something
tell you
different for
something,
me.
man. When they high fiving, man, they already disrespecting themselves when they high fiving and doing that type of
Right.
shit. But two, you can't do that your whole life. Karma has this way of finding everybody, man. I don't give a damn what you done, think you done got away with it. Karma has this way of finding everybody. And the same one high fiving is gonna fall deep in love with a woman who don't give a damn about it. You hear me?
Right.
Right. Or catch that hot package.
Catch that package right back at you, player. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
I agree. I agree.
So you think about that while you out here
Real talk.
womanizing and taking a chart of how many women you can sleep with and high fiving. You're gonna find that one that you head over heels with one day. She
Mhm.
gonna be the complete dog that you need. That you
Mhm.
dis She gonna be the complete dog that you diss out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But to be real with you, I feel
That's
like good
normal.
women shouldn't even worry about that stereotype and none of that because at the end of the day, them ain't the people you want anyway.
No, no, hold
That's
on, hold
true.
on. King, I wasn't worried about it. It was just like a topic, not me myself.
But I'm just saying, like in general, with because females ask that question a lot. And I'm just saying,
Right,
like
and that's
to
why
be
I
real
bring it
with you,
up.
both is
You
called bad names, but females take it deeper than dudes do sometimes. Because I got homeboys that be out there like that, and they'll tell you they don't care. You know what I'm
know,
saying? Now with females, it's different and it's taken
it
different,
is.
but it's both. It's said to both. You know what I'm saying? None is better than the other one.
That's right.
But it's like at the end of the day, those are just bad people. Like I feel like I'm glad that you announced that you a hoe. Please tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Then you know what's going on with people. Not saying you need to know people's business,
So,
but
so Kane,
if you trying to date somebody, they should tell you they a
so
hoe.
Kane Hebrew. Okay, so you calling the
Well,
girl a hoe, right? So if your boy is beside you, telling you how many girls he done tapped, would you call him a hoe?
I'm calling them a hoe.
Okay,
Hell
okay,
yeah.
okay. It was
Like
just a
you
question.
nasty. I don't want to smoke after you. We ain't drinking after each other. None of
I
that.
what,
Like I don't know what's
nigga?
going on with you,
What,
bro. Real
nigga?
talk. I'm like, man, look, you can smoke that
Man,
by
what?
yourself,
The
bro.
whole
You get
thing,
what?
nigga.
And
What?
man, and don't let it be a hoe. I'm like, oh nah, bro. I know
like,
everybody hit that. You is
shit.
not touching this
Man,
L, nigga. I
you
need to
might
see some
just had
paperwork.
a cootie sandwich before you even came over the crib. So no, you keep
Oh,
that.
mamas. So on not, I look keeping it real, which I tell the homies the same stuff. They know.
Hey,
Man,
King James,
They know.
did they have a cootie pappy sandwich?
man, cootie pappy sandwich with extra lettuce. You hear me?
Oh, with a side of sauerkraut.
Y'all don't like our
Some
words.
cottage cheese for the dessert
The
on
cootie
me.
pappy. It took me a while to catch up to that. Man, I'm like, who the fuck is cootie pappy? Is that a new troll?
I was,
Who the fuck is
I
that?
was tripping
Oh, they
in the
eating
chat.
fish sticks.
King James said, "Who the hell is Scooter Pepper?" I was done.
Man,
Done.
kept talking about
On me.
everybody kept talking about some cootie pappy. I said, who the fuck is cootie pappy? It took me another live to figure out what the fuck it was. I'm like, oh goddamn, y'all crazy motherfucker. Cootie pappy is the thing? The twat twat? Oh man, crazy. Y'all crazy, man.
Oh shit.
Hey, Vine, I think Terry was at the back door.
Okay.
Did you see her?
No, she not at the back though. She not there. She not.
Oh,
She not there. All right, fam. Listen, I gotta go. It's 3:07, y'all. I gotta go. I enjoyed y'all. I thank y'all for coming on the panel, Miss Turd. Thank you, King James, the
Oh man,
mayor.
no
I
man.
appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much.
All right, there.
no
All
For
right,
doubt.
Kane, be
real.
easy, bro. All
I just
All
wanted
right,
to do
then, King,
something
bro. I got you.
different than what was going on in the community. I didn't want to, talk about nobody. I didn't want to do nothing negative. I just want to do something different. And this is what I thought of. Hey, with that being said, y'all, thank you. I appreciate all y'all. For real, man. Much love, fam. I'm out. If, somebody going live, I'll be in there for a little minute. But not a long time because I'm getting ready to go to bed. Thank you. Thank y'all. Much love, y'all, man. And let me say this. You see how people came in? Never mind. I ain't gonna say that shit. Never mind. Much love, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna leave. King James, Miss Terry. And Miss Terry don't get on nobody panel. Should Vonda be honored? Or yes, Vonda is honored. Y'all have a good night, y'all. Okay. All right, let's see how I do this.